Alright, what up Smokey, what up Jack Random, what up Clone Troop, what up Javi San Martin, what up Diablo Slay, what up Muna? Dude, nothing to worry about. What up your name here, what up Pyroman James, what up Goose, what up Paul, what up Shahan, what up Dippin' Falls, what up Yes It's True, what up Mike McCoy, what up Johnny B, what up Phenomenal, what? What up, Gordon Butcher? What up, Nate? I did get Negasonic up to 6 stars. It was crazy. What up, Super Saiyan? What up, Odile? What up? What up? All right, let me send this out to Twitter. Alright. Send that out. What? I don't know what that is. Ooh. Okay. All right. What up? What up, T-Ball? What up, Matt Murdoch? What up, Weapon X? What up, Theo? Yeah, I let Canage. I'm doing let's call it an experiment. I'm letting Canage rearrange the Discord in a way that he thinks is better. Why did Canage send out the notification on the stream? So, I volunteered to ban myself from my own Discord until Ali asks me to rejoin the Discord server. So I won't be able to post anything. I can't post the blast for the stream. I can't post the blitz predictions. I can't post infographics. I can't post anything. So I believe there is still an Orange Essentials channel. But anyway, I cannot, of my own accord, I can't return to my Discord server until Ali says it's okay. Nope, I can't join voice. If you want me to be able to return to voice chat and return to the Discord server, you have to ask Ali to let me back on. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As soon as Ali says I can return, I will return. So, current name is, if I can find it. I don't know. ALY. What did you do to get banned? I mean, I volunteered to get banned. But, I tried to make some people laugh yesterday, and some people got upset about it. Most people didn't, and the people that are upset on behalf of people that they think were upset. But most of those people weren't actually upset. It's a messy thing. Yep, there you go. I can't come back until Ali says it's okay. So, what up, Baron Baxter? Nah. I'll if the blast went out I'll wait till there's a few more people here. I'll explain, Kyom. I'll explain. Don't worry, I'll explain. In the meantime, I'm working on a flyer for the Strike Force Showdown Battle of the Blubber. I made a nice Khasino cup. I have like some of the text for it, but I haven't figured out like how best to format it. I wonder. Oh no, I don't want to actually. It's the same. I'm not worried. But yeah. So I'll speak on that subject when a few more people show up. But in the meantime, drunk listening to Nirvana. Oh, sweet. And thank you very much, Guillermo. Do you have any chance of getting in trouble with Fox next? I don't think so. The thing is, right, like, as you've seen from other content creators, I don't work for Fox. It's not like I'm gonna get fired or something like that. They can choose to remove me from the Envoy program, then I can go back to, you know, doing what we used to do. Are you gonna enter the tournament? No, I'm probably gonna host it and commentate and things like that. I will once we have run a few of them. I probably will, but I wonder if I'll again, we'll talk about it. There's nothing to worry about. The cutoff for top 2,001 and 2% is for the second Ironheart? I don't think so. How do we sign up for a tournament? There's a link down here at the bottom. It's challonge.com, CHALLONGE.com/NQF99HUW. You can see it here. I'll make it bigger real quick. Nice, fly eagles fly. But I don't know how I want to format this information. I might break it up. I might break it up. I might do something like this, where it's maybe something like this. Alright, so that can actually be the full Saturday. Okay, so there's a date. And then, let's see. I'll put the registration link probably higher up. Any rumor of Hulk characters coming? Nothing in the immediate future. Registrations are not open yet? Oh, okay. Let me see when they are going to allow registration. So, here we go. When does registration open? I had someone else make the link. I can go in and open it, but if they have a set time for it to open. Yeah, I had the text matching the stones. Actually, let me do this. Okay, let me see if I can get chat displaying on screen. Wait for it. I don't think chat wants to work today. Apparently registration is not open, but I'm finding out when it will be, and I believe since I have admin rights I can manually open it. So I'll do that in a sec. Alright, so now that there's over 200 people here, I guess we can talk about it. So, if you missed what happened yesterday, I am pretty passionate about civil discourse, and in particular, I'm very passionate about comedy and censorship. I'll phrase it that way. I'm a huge fan of comedy, as many of you guys know, and I don't like people who can't conceive of a gray area. I don't believe in words that should just 100% of the time be censored, or things that it's not okay to say. I think you know, sounds that come out of people's mouths aren't necessarily evil. People can use them with malicious intent. There are words that have a hateful history and things like that, but simply saying them does not, the word itself is not an evil thing. It's how people say it. So, given that context for where I stand on this whole thing, yesterday I rattled off what, if you just heard them out of context, what would be described as incredibly inflammatory, insensitive, homophobic slurs. Now, before even circling back to that, if you know me at all, like even a little bit, you know I'm the farthest thing from a homophobic person. At least I hope people know that. Not that I need to prove it, like I've lived an entire life of not being a homophobic person, but for people who don't know me or perceive me as a homophobic person, just throwing out some things. But so you know, my voting record has always fully supported the LGBTQ community. I have many friends within the LGBTQ community. I'm very sympathetic to their cause because when I was younger and in school, I got bullied for being gay. Now I should mention I don't happen to be gay, but I got bullied a lot for being gay. And so it always made me like just immediately hate the fact that people would try to bully someone, because you know, the first time I was like, well, what if I was gay? Why would that mean I deserve any of this harassment? So there is a video of me making out with a guy floating around online. We did a stream stunt where I made out with a dude for $1,000. When America Chavez released, who's obviously a LGBT character, I made a video because too many people were being intolerant and being like, this character's only in here because the SJW, blah, blah. And I literally made a video basically saying, suck it up, buttercup, tough titties. And then, well, my cut was 500. We did it for 1,000, so I'm not lying. We did it for 1,000. And then, I mean, this all happened yesterday on a stream where I wouldn't shut up about how excited I was to power up Negasonic, who happens to be an LGBT character and happens to be one of my favorite characters. But anyway, this is all besides the point. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. If you think I'm homophobic, you're an idiot. I'm not. That said, this brings me back to words aren't inherently evil. So, I think we can all agree, we'll start here. If someone is homosexual, if they say the word fag, if they say it, Even if they say it in the context of like, oh, I hate when people say fag, it bothers me. Is there a problem? Does anyone have an issue with that? We'll start there. Hopefully the answer is no. For starters, if anyone's allowed to say the word, it would be the person that it's supposed to be describing, and especially in the context of if they're literally saying they dislike the word. Okay, so no one has an issue with that. Duh. Now let's take it a step further. Now, I am not homosexual, but what if I say, the word fag is a terrible, horrible, evil word, and no one should say it? How many people have an issue with that? No issue, no issue, nope. No issue. No. Okay. So, what we've established is simply the word coming out of someone's mouth does not automatically make you a terrible person. Right? So we can make that incredibly generous leap, which is you're not a horrible person for simply saying the word. Now, yesterday, I, again, did rattle off a bunch of words that in the traditional context would be very offensive. If I were saying them to a real person and I was trying to get a reaction out of that person, undeniably, it'd be a horrible, horrible tirade to go on. It'd be unforgivable, and it would just be among the top shittiest things you could do. However, I did it for one reason and one reason only. To make people laugh. And now I want to clarify, to make all people laugh. Not to make straight people laugh, deal with it, gay people. No, to make anyone and everyone laugh. That was the whole point. So I started there. I started by prefacing it with, I'm gonna say some shit that involves some really horrendous language. If you don't like horrendous language, don't tune in, because I'm gonna say something horrendous in an attempt to make people laugh. I'm not saying something horrendous in an attempt to make people cry or to make people feel unwelcome in my community or anything like that. We're trying to make people laugh. That's the goal. If it doesn't make you laugh, sorry, I tried. So, not everyone who uses homophobic slurs is trying to make someone laugh. Some people are trying to be intolerant, but that's not the point. So, I said I'm gonna use some language that you may not appreciate. I'm telling you that up front. You don't have to tune in. Then I said I'm going to be doing this in the name of humor, and most importantly, I'm not saying this to disparage or offend anyone. Please don't be disparaged or offended. I'm not aiming this at you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. That's it. And then I said some of the words. Now, for starters, for all the people worried and like, oh man, this blew up, this bothered so many people, yeah. Realistically, like, in total, like 10% of people even cared one way or the other. So, it wasn't that big of a deal anyway. Most people didn't care. Then, some people did care. But here's the interesting thing. When I'm saying those things, what I care about are, am I offending the people that this could potentially offend, right? I rattled off some incredibly homophobic things. Again, not to be homophobic, not to encourage homophobia, just to try to make people laugh. And what I wanted was for people of any and all sexual orientations to have a laugh. And fortunately, I would say I succeeded in that majority of the LGBTQ people that I talked to said that it was funny. They're like, that was pretty funny. Yeah, no issue with it. That's funny. There were a handful, I don't want to say like absolutely no one in the LGBTQ community got upset, but there were like realistically like maybe 3-4 people, I think, total who were LGBT who were upset. And that's what I care about. before we go on, like, again, the point wasn't to be homophobic or to offend people who are of any sexual orientation. It wasn't to single anyone out. So if the response to that was that the majority of the LGBTQ community who experienced it and heard it felt that it was hurtful and harmful and done in poor taste and all those things, then I want to apologize immediately, because that was not the point at all. The point was to make people laugh. That said, people are getting very upset with me because now I'm saying I think it went pretty well. I think almost no one that could have been offended by it was offended. And why does it have to be a majority? It has to be more than like 3 people. That's really what it is. It doesn't even have to be a majority. If 40% of LGBTQ people who witnessed it were upset, I would consider that a big deal. Do I have an exact percent where I'm like, this is a percent I budge on? No. But I can tell you that it wasn't even close to that. There was like 3 upset people. And while I'm sorry that those 3 people were upset, rather than be like, I'm upset and I didn't find that funny, the very first thing they did was try to paint me as a homophobe, an enemy, a piece of shit, all these things. And that's the exact opposite response. I am, by any definition that I can conceive of, sympathetic to the LGBTQ cause and agenda, and sincerely want to help in any way that I can. So, to immediately be like, see, I knew it, he's a horrible, evil person, and he hates gays, despicable. It's just not true. It's just lying. It's dishonest. That's really it. It is literally intellectually dishonest. So, if you upset even one, shouldn't you show some remorse regardless of intent and context? No. And I'll tell you why. If you have enough people watching, you're going to say things that upset a handful of people. Inevitably. Like, this isn't the first time I've upset people. It won't be the last time I've upset people. I am not going to apologize for something I said well-intentioned. Again, if I misgauged it, right? If I was like, I thought this would make everyone laugh and it upset most people, I'd be like, I'm sorry, it's not what I was going for, I screwed up. But I knew going in, like, this might irritate like 3 people. And it did, and I'm sorry that those 3 people were irritated, but they're irritated for reasons that don't align with reality, right? Those 3 people are irritated because they think that I go around spreading a message of homophobia. It's just not true. So if you're upset that I'm going around spreading homophobia, you might as well also be upset that I'm going around spreading racism and that I'm going around spreading, I don't know, elitism and classism, and sexism. You should be afraid that I'm spreading all sorts of things that aren't true. A good amount of the people who were upset were not LGBTQ people. So that is another thing that kind of got to me, is all these people are like, dude, what you said is really, really insensitive to LGBTQ people. So I said, okay, like, I don't want to just dismiss you out of hand. I want to make sure that that is not the case. So I've been asking as many LGBTQ people as I can to please weigh in, so I know how to approach this to upset as few people as possible, or ideally none. So basically, most of the people who were upset weren't LGBTQ, and the ones that were like, no. So there were 3 groups of LGBTQ people that weighed in, just I'm like, generally speaking. The largest group were people who were like, I'm LGBTQ and that shit was funny. That was easily the biggest group. The next biggest group, which was definitely smaller, was some LGBTQ people who were like, I get what you were going for. I didn't find it that funny, but I know you weren't trying to be a dick. So, sorry, didn't make me laugh. And then the third group, which was like, again, like 3 people, were like, I'm LGBTQ and you're a horrible, horrible person. And so the people like, can't you just apologize because you hurt people? Again, I said words. People have to hear those words, internalize them, interpret them, and turn them into hurt. And the way I sent them out into the world was with zero malice, zero hate, zero hurt in my heart to affect people. So, how many people were in the first two groups? I'd have to go back and take a tally, but I don't know. Let's say a minimum of like 7 people said it was funny, and 3 or 4 said it wasn't. And I've seen 2 LGBTQ people say that they were offended. I'm just ballparking. I don't know. I'd have to go back and tally. I just, you know, whatever I get. But anyway, a good amount of people too. Like one of the people who weighed, like literally the most recent message I got was, hey, I told my LGBTQ friends and they thought it was funny. I didn't ask how many friends exactly. Just, that's what they said. But yeah, a good amount of people who were offended weren't LGBTQ. They were offended on behalf of LGBTQ people. And then most of them weren't offended. But if you didn't think the words were likely to be seen as offensive by some, why put the disclaimer in there before then? So that ties into the same answer as the person who asked, where is it? Was it worth everything after having to explain yourself over and over? So I'll answer both those at once. Yes, it was 100% worth it. And here's why I said it. Because as I mentioned before, what I'm really, really passionate about is comedy and people judging words by their intent. Like, I really, really am very, like, it bothers me a lot that people can try to take action in the real world against people based on a misinterpretation and a misinternalization of what was said. So, again, a perfect example is the person who started that Reddit thread. If it were up to them, they would like to see my career endangered. They would like to see my status in life further disadvantaged. They would like to see me suffer any consequences that can be levied against me because of their belief that I'm a despicable homophobe. So, no. But anyway, so, in terms of like, I doubt you said anything, of course not. You can do wrong without people being mad, that's true. I'll talk about that in a sec, but there's a million nuances between that Reddit thread and thinking that everything was okay. So, again, Big Black Dave, I don't know what you mean. If you were just going to keep apologizing a million times, if you have freedom of speech and comedy, you wouldn't be rambling for a million years apologizing. Why is that true? I don't agree with that. But anyway, I don't. It is important for people to know that if they completely misinterpret and miscontextualize a statement, that you don't cater to them, right? At the end of the day, all the pain that the person felt, allegedly, is because I'm a despicable homophobe. So someone is very, very upset because I'm a despicable homophobe. But I'm not. So to apologize for that would be like saying, hey, sorry, I'm a despicable homophobe, or sorry, I came off as a despicable homophobe. But I won't apologize for being a despicable homophobe because I'm not. And I won't apologize for coming off like one because I literally did everything I possibly could have to not come off as a despicable homophobe. I issued a warning that there was going to be harsh language. I issued a warning saying that there are hateful terms that I do not intend in even remotely disparaging way. So, you know, at the end of the day, oh yes, no. So the chick who made that thread jumps at every opportunity to try to take me down. Yes, that's a long-standing it's a long-standing person who wants to take me down, and not someone who's LGBTQ. But so anyway, like I said, I'm not saying like I will never apologize, I won't apologize, etc., etc. I will. If I misgauged, if I miscalculated, if I was like, man, I was trying to say some things that make LGBTQ members laugh, and I, you know, upset a bunch of them, like I'm sorry, I apologize. That's not what I was going for at all. I was not trying to upset a single person with that. But there is a tiny bit of responsibility that has to be assumed by the person who manages to hear that and completely remove it from context. It's a little bit on them. Canage has been bad-mouthing me on Discord for a while, but I've tried to explain to Canage that he needs to trust me. The best the channel has ever done, the best the Discord server has ever done, the best of everything happened when Canage used to trust me. There was a time when he trusted me, and I don't know what happened, and I don't know when, and he probably, you know, believes he has his reasons, but he has stopped trusting me to navigate difficult issues. So, yeah. I am not physically banned from my Discord. I am voluntarily banned from the Discord. I said I would return when Ali said I can return. As a show of goodwill. You're clearly bothered by this perception people now have of you. An incorrect one, yes. If you do not wish to be perceived this way, wouldn't it simply be easiest to not say things that require a disclaimer? That would be the easy way, but it wouldn't be the honest way. Those words will obviously cause some narrow-minded people to have that opinion of you. Correct, and I can only worry about narrow-minded people so much. I am bothered when people are completely misinterpreting a situation, but I'm only going to tailor my speech so much to them. I will not voluntarily censor actual physical words coming out of my mouth to accommodate for people who will jump at an opportunity to completely misconstrue a situation. Those aren't people that I want to cater to. So, yeah. I don't know what, I didn't even see the announcement. I don't know. Okay. But anyway. Yeah, it's whatever. I'm not worried about it. The jokes would have been fine minus the F word. That's the whole issue. Again. The joke, it was a bunch of alliterative, funny names for one of my favorite characters, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. We were making jokes. We were pairing words that implied she was powerful with words that implied she was a lesbian. Basically in an alliterative challenge. But, yeah. So, anyway. You sign up for the tourney? Okay, so registration is open. Canage banned me from your channel for asking a question. That's childless abuse of power. Hey. Hope all's well. Free speech is a thing of the past. You must bow to the mob or they'll go after your sponsors. I don't want sponsors that won't back me up in this. I am, again, I am a, what I guess I would describe as a strong supporter of the LGBTQ cause. I'm very, very sympathetic to their struggles, and I want to help. So, if my sponsors want to drop me for being homophobic, like, I prefer my sponsors at least mildly understand me. No. I'm alright. No, I didn't get banned from anything. I've suffered no consequences whatsoever because there's no merit to the accusations. At the end of the day, it's like there's a big difference, right? Like if I had just had that phone call, if people just tuned in and I thought the mic was muted and I was rattling off all those horrible things, that would be like, did you hear the horrible things he said? He's totally caught being a dipshit. I did the exact opposite, which is I'm going to say horrible things. I'm letting you know ahead of time that they're being said exclusively in the interest of humor, and they are not intended to disparage or offend anyone. And yeah. So, would cost you viewers and respect. And this is coming from people out of context who may have ever seen you before, don't know much about you in any way. Keep up the good work. Yep. So, Did you read what I said earlier? I'm not... Oh, about me being a sellout? I'm absolutely the sellout king, but in all seriousness, like, I'm not... If a sponsor wants to drop me for being a homophobe, then the sponsor has me wrong, and they're free to drop me. It'll be their loss because I'm not. So that'd be silly. But anyway, Canage trying to ban everyone defending you now on Discord. I wanted to. Again, Canage doesn't trust me. The Discord is a dumpster fire. I can always make another one. But Canage doesn't trust me to navigate social situations anymore. So, yeah. But so anyway, defending the use of hate speech, for example, context is key. I'll give you a perfect example. If anyone would like to be permanently banned for defending the use of hate speech, yeah. Yep. Can we please get back to talking about MSF? In a bit. I'm not completely done on this topic yet. But, would you be okay with a white person using racial slurs? So, on that, it is, again, it's a matter of context. Like, it's not as simple, and that's what I'm really trying to help people realize, is it's not as simple as, did he say the word? Then he's evil, he's a piece of shit, and he should go to hell, or whatever it is. Why does Canage have the power of you to not trust? Huh? What the hell just happened in the Discord? I don't know. I have voluntarily left the Discord until Ali says I can return, and I have given Canage owner role to make any and all changes to the Discord that he wants. And I am hoping that they both learn from this, that their view of the world is not a full view of the world. But yeah, I think it's necessary for everyone to grow. I want Canage to trust me, so I'm trying to show him that I trust him. Maybe it was a mistake. We'll find out. And a lot of people, they're swinging the ban hammer over there. Whatever, so go get banned. Chat is on fire in Discord. The mods are losing control. Ban the whole server. So everyone go get banned. If I'm ever allowed to return to the Discord server, I will try to make it right. The mods are the only ones that have control, so it's I don't think the mods ever would lose control. But anyway, so they're hoping that you learn the same lesson. Well, like I said, what they've said of me. Why do you need Canage to trust you? It was your server. Why give it up? Because I'm sick of being second guessed every step of the way. Every single thing I do, I'm second guessed. And like yesterday, Canage went on a tirade in chat, publicly scolding me for the things that were being said. Comments that I thought about extensively before I verbalized them. So I don't want to have to go back and have to get my own team on board. So you kick them, not bend over? Bending over is a stronger thing to do. If I kick them, it's because I'm tyrannical and I'm a homophobe and I don't want it exposed and all of these things. Remove Canage as a mod then? No. He'll come around or he'll drive the server into the ground. He's going to do one of those two things and it's entirely up to him. Can you make a new server? If and when I have to, I can and will make a new server. But I want him to see what it looks like when he does it his way. I want Ali to see how it is when she gets her wish, which is to have me leave. So I'm letting them do it their way. Using racial slurs is okay in the right context? Yes. I'll give you a perfect example. We agree honky is a racial slur. I know which one you're thinking of. I'll be happy to make that example, but let's give it, I don't know, a day before we do that. So I'm going with honky this time. Honky is a racial slur. Now, in the context of honky is a shitty word. It's not? Okay. Pick a different one. I was born and raised Jewish, so it's even easier. Kike is a racial slur, is it not? It's a pretty horrible word. What other shoes can you not trust you on? A lot recently. But, would you have done the same type of thing with Black Panther, for example? 100%. And I'm glad you asked, because I'm wearing my fucking Black Panther t-shirt. Black Panther, also one of my favorite characters. But paint me as a racist. As a Jew, you'd be okay with people dropping a hard K? Context is key. It's not as simple as like, oh, I'm fine with people just saying those words, just throw them around whenever. Context, context, context. If there's one thing to look for, it's intent. What is the intent? Would I be okay with a comedian saying the word kike if they're going for a laugh and they're trying to be funny? Absolutely, I'm okay with that. Would I be okay with you walking into the room right now and being like, hey, I think kike is a really horrible word and no one should say it? Yeah, I'd be okay with that too. Context, intent, these are important discussions to have. So, I regularly do b-boyed with my friends. Why was Warden allowed to continue being a part of the community? He threw around as much offensive stuff as anyone towards gays. Oh, yeah. Well, so here's the thing. The best part is one of the reasons why I felt comfortable making the joke that I did yesterday is because I talked to a lot of LGBTQ people, and generally speaking, they're very thick-skinned and they have really, really crass senses of humor. Like, that's just actually how it goes. Like, every LGBTQ friend that I have, they're all horrendously inappropriate. They love saying just really, really crazy shit. So that's why I felt comfortable saying that after issuing the disclaimers, which is I'm hoping that they're laughing as hard as anyone. But anyway, Kanich has decided that anyone who agrees with me is a homophobic bully. So don't go in and harass people. Like I said, I want to Kanich is doing a madness with the bandwave. Let him do it his way. He's running the server, let him do it his way. But anyway, you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. This is the calm before the storm. I'll simply say that. This is the calm before the storm. There's a difference between an LGBTQ using slurs. You are not LGBTQ, the same reason why black people can use the N-word and you can't. Context, 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 context. Intent, 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 intent. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. So, who has seen the George Carlin bit on words you can't say? Could you tell us what you said? You can go watch it. Just imagine every, in normal context, hateful, homophobic slur. It was probably covered and then some. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll simply say that. 7 words is great. Yeah. George Carlin, not a racist, not a sexist. He's basically banning every other person who agrees with you. That's right. That's how he runs a Discord. You disagree with me? Ban. Now, I have, for a very long time now, run my Discord on the platform of whether you agree with me or not. Well, so here's the thing. I'm still the server owner. It's not like I can't just... If I wanted to by force right now, I can seize the Discord back, ban everyone that I don't want on there. I still have total control over the server. I am choosing not to exercise it. And the reason that I'm choosing not to exercise it is because I want them to see what it's like when they do it their way. All they tell me all the time is how to do my job, so to speak, how to run my community, what I should and shouldn't say, what I should know better, and rather than advise me as a friend and be like, hey, my personal take on it is this, I hope you listen, I hope you don't, they have instead they have instead gotten very upset if I ever don't listen to them. If I don't have their opinion, I'm wrong, which is obviously not true. So if they would like to destroy the server, I'm giving them full permission to destroy the server. He said he owns it? Okay. But, anyway. When you had the falling out with Alice, don't generalize, name names. You know who it is. And that's what people see when they look back on this. He's being hateful to your community and disparaging your name. I'm aware. I'm open to it if he is, Dirk. But anyway. So I will I'll do what I have to do, but if you feel like the server is not being run considerably, take that up with the server administration team. When it, oh, that was a long time ago, Liveful. Yeah, exactly. That's right. You built this business from the ground up. If someone's doing that to my business, I'd kick them quicker than they could say homophobic. If Canage wants to destroy the server that I've built, he can. Canage is my friend. So he has my permission to ruin the server if he wants to. I wish he would trust me. Take that shit back and unblock everyone. A lot of us are banned for simply asking what happened. Don't worry. I'll make it right one way or another. I am literally Salis person. When did we have a falling out? People just assume since you're not on the tier list stream that we had a big fight. I've never said we had a big fight. What was the bad thing that I did? Attempt to make people laugh? I wish the situation hadn't devolved into this mess. I think it's a necessary learning experience for all involved. As your friend, please stop. Hop on, call me. We'll do a private voice call. Khasino is a coward? Oh, I don't think so. Isn't banning everyone who disagrees with him the definition of being intolerant? Hey. He's just labeling everyone who disagrees as promoting hate speech, I think. I'm just going to step back as your position. No, my position is I want to help my friends learn. I don't see how this helps you at all. Because I need Canage to trust me, or I have to, you know, do this completely without him. And I'd prefer not to do this completely without him. They're not burning my business down, don't worry. Some are saying you said the N-word? Okay. You shouldn't allow what's happening if you think you didn't do anything wrong. I'm allowing what's happening not out of a sense of guilt. I'm allowing what's happening because I don't think that some of my recent critics understand that what they think is the best approach isn't. Cass said nothing wrong. You're in no position to judge. I wasn't offended. Neither was any other member of LGBT that was here for that stream. Video of all this VOD from yesterday? Yep. Where did you say it? Yesterday on stream. Was an attempt at an edgy joke. All this headache? Yeah, absolutely. But alright, so I think we've... Are you streaming? Yes. Hold on. Okay. I'm not worried, man. All right. Tony, you gonna call me? But all right. Why are you so racist against Squirrel Girl? I do have a genuine prejudice against Squirrel Girl. But that's to do with squirrels. Thank you, Omar. How much did you get? Someone talking about milestones. Are you racist? No. Don't be silly. Of course not. Do you believe in God? Actually, I do not. But I don't take issue with people that do. The girl that I dated before my current girlfriend, I think, still works for the church. I actually used to help out. I literally used to like dress up at her church and help her with like plays and stuff for the youth group and various things. I was way too involved in Bible culture for someone who was born and raised Jewish. What do you feel about the people complaining that it's impossible to complete Unity event milestones without spending? Is this a case of... I haven't looked at the numbers. I haven't even looked at the milestones. I did not say the N-word on stream, but I think that, for example, if I said the sentence, and again, I'm letting this blow over for a day or two before we do that, but I think that if I said, quote, N-word is a horrible word and has a horrible history of racism behind it. I think if I said that statement and you, I think that would be okay to say. Are you into guys? No. Beginning of the end for you, dude? Okay. Anyway. So, Tony, are you gonna call me, or... I'm just responding to this. Yeah. Would you be okay with someone jokingly referring to Magneto with the K word? Yeah, absolutely. If their goal, firstly, if they're not actually an intolerant person, and more importantly, if their goal is to make people laugh, then yeah, of course I'm okay with it. I'm aware. But anyway, who's the weird chick who's after you? I don't know. I agree. I think racism is a form of stupidity. At the end of the day, we're all on team people. People who want to further divide the groups of people to be, these are my people, those are not my people, those are the other bad people. No, we're all people. We're all on team people. But look, if they want to actually burn the server to the ground, I will let them, and then I will clean up the ashes and I will rebuild it twice as good as it is. And then what can they say? You're doing it wrong, let us do it our way. We'll see to it that it gets burned down. Like, let them do it their way. I think they're learning. From a comedy perspective, I don't think the use of the words is necessary to make any joke. That's absolutely correct. No one has to use those words or terms. We don't disagree on that at all. Can you give me your number? Yes. Why? PM me on Discord. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you have been calling me. That's weird. I didn't even get the thing. Hold on. It's okay, guys. It's okay. No one needs to be distressed. Alright, here we go. Here's this voice call. Pyroman James, thank you for the $10.
Fuck you, Karen's team, everyone.
Just think of your sponsors, whether you're wrong or right, they're going to look at your public image. My public image is fine. What are you worried about? Their reaction to people defending is being tolerant and intolerant and insulting. Let them do it their way. Your biggest thing is helping out the MSF community, and letting trolls run your Discord doesn't help the community. If the trolls cause that server to cave in, I can do one of two things at any point. Yes, I do, Sabrina. I can either wipe it, like just wipe the slate clean, like the matrix gets reset, or I can start another server. I don't know why. I probably would just reboot the current server. But yeah. Look, if they think that what's going on, I wouldn't worry about it. Look, take that up with him. I don't know. By the way, I'm not gonna talk on your stream? Wait, what? Right, that was the whole point. Why do you think I said call you? My God. Okay. Paul, I just got your message. Thank you. Very thoughtful. Moshe, I have more faith in Canage than that. Oh, Scungili, I've never known you to be one to, Alright, man. Oh yeah, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If you're a dad, happy Father's Day. I called my dad. And I will say, my final word over half the members list is now gone. Let them do it their way, man. Let them do it their way. So, I mean, I just talked to my dad. I'm not a father, so Father's Day didn't do anything for me. But, yeah. Oh, that's sweet. Live pool? I think so, ED. I think so. one intense stream. It's really not, though. It's really not. But thank you guys who are here just listening to all this. And yeah, at the end of the day, the message is love and laughter. Regardless of how heated people might be, the goal is love and laughter. And in particular, the tirade, I do like ice cream. In particular, the tirade yesterday was intended to be a fully inclusive laugh. And so that's why, like I said, I'm very happy that most of the members of the LGBTQ community that heard it found it to be humorous, because that's what we're going for. How do you feel about Holocaust deniers? I'm not a fan of Holocaust deniers for obvious reasons. I am big on truth, especially measurable, tangible truth. So Holocaust deniers are people who are intentionally ignorant of history. So, life is a team sport, always try to be a team player. That's great advice. Yeah, definitely go watch the clip. I'm not, yeah. Togathic, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Now you're making disparaging comments about dads? Wait, what? RIP to your channel, bro, and your status in MSF. I know. This is the 12th time I've been canceled. We had a good run. Goodbye, everyone. I don't think the world is ready for such a controversial opinion. Well, someone has to fight the good fight. So, going against society is a no-no. I'm on team society. I'm not against society. Oh, congrats, Johnny B. That's amazing. I love a good laugh in my culture, but to use the N-word just feels wrong coming from someone who doesn't look like me. So, I understand that completely. And again, I only ask that you just think about the context. Like, if me and you are in a room and you go, hey, I just want you to know, like, no matter what, if that word comes out of your mouth, it makes me very uncomfortable. I don't like it at all. Then I won't say it. Because I'm not out to make people unhappy or uncomfortable. So it's that wouldn't be the time to be like, listen, I have a right to say it. I'm allowed. It's just, you know, it's not that. So there are. I think once you get to a point where it's pretty obviously established, you have my support. I appreciate it. Look, it's as simple as this. Gleason's telling people to contact your sponsors. I hope they do. It's as simple as this. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. I'm not homophobic. I try to make people laugh. I want to spread entertainment. So, I didn't hold myself to the same standard with homophobic slurs. I do. It's just when it's a group, 100%, you will never get 100%. When it's one person, I can go for 100%, right? 100% of people feel uncomfortable with this, or 100% of people are comfortable with this, so I'll adhere to it. So, Togathic, I still have no idea what you're talking about. No, names equipped, no. So, I am being told from a small minority that using homophobic slurs in a joking context makes people uncomfortable. The people saying that are the minority, and more importantly, I am like laser focused on the people who can actually the people that it stands to actually disparage. It's not worth it if you're hurting people, no matter how small the amount of people. I'm not attempting to hurt anyone. Anyone who is hurt by intentionally misinterpreting what I'm saying. If they had I'll say this, if anyone is hurt by what I've said, have a conversation with me. Have an open conversation with me. I will make it very clear that I'm not trying to hurt anyone. But anyway. Canage is a good guy. His heart is in the right place. But anyway. Right? Yeah. You do not get to determine if your words or actions are hurtful. You only get to decide if you care. Correct. But you do get to decide your intent. And so far, with very little exception, everyone who has said that it's hurtful has cited the reason for it being hurtful to be because of something inaccurate, basically. Better off saying you're sorry. I am sorry to anyone who's offended. I've said that a few times. I am sorry to anyone who's offended, but yeah, it wasn't said to offend anyone. We'll see, Zader, we'll see. Why joke about it at all? Because making people laugh is making all people laugh. You're not sorry, though? Okay. If you're the expert on my intentions, sure. Anyway. But, what was I gonna say? Anyone heard his intentionally? Yeah, it's true. Intent should matter. That's the biggest thing. Intent should matter. Nobody gets to decide what you intended. I intended for everyone to have a laugh, regardless of whether you're LGBTQ or not. I intended for everyone to have a laugh. If you want to understand what was said, just go back and watch it. No. Names equipped. I'm talking about specifically the LGBTQ people that I talk to. I'm just ballparking it. I probably talk to like 20 LGBTQ people semi-regularly. And of those 20 that I regularly talk to, 0 were offended. 0. There were 2 members of the global LGBTQ community who claimed to be upset. Actually, no, I think there's been actually 2 individuals so far. But they both try to paint me as someone who's homophobic and someone who's not sensitive to their cause. So it's just inaccurate. The people who are upset are inaccurate. You seem to be doubling down on it. I'm just having the conversation with anyone who wants to talk about it. If it were up to me, I'd be doing this graphic design right now. Canage is being pathetic. Uh-huh. I stand by that, Live Pool. I stand by that. Your friends that you talk to that know you aren't offended? Pretty much, yeah. You were referencing something said about an LGBTQ comment, and in chat it's about the N-word. There's both. There's both. Life is far more offensive than language. Yeah, yep. Maybe.
Hi, baby.
I still have no idea what you're talking about, Togathic. Like, I'm trying so hard to follow along. I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to address your, hello. I'd love to address your criticism. I just don't know what you're even getting at.
Ow. Ow.
Would you commit to not using slurs in the future? I will gladly say that if you want to agree on a percentage, fine. But, I'll say this. Please do not be offended. I do not wish you to be offended. I do not approve of homophobia. I do not wish for any homophobic sentiments to be furthered. But Candy's just banning everyone and anyone that remotely disagrees with him. Let him run the server his way. That's how he thinks you run a server. Complete and total authoritarian control. Let him do it. Please never joke about slavery again. So Candy just burning you in Discord. People are dropping out of your alliance. Okay. Let them do it their way. My goal is to make it clear that I'm not on a mission to prove I'm not racist. I'm just actually not racist. Anyway. Oh, holy shit. Thank you very much.
As someone who's been blown up and shotted for this country, I support Khasino's right to freedom of speech. Keep fighting the good fight, my dude. At Canage, you've been pinged.
I don't know what you're talking about, Togathic. I really don't. Should we try to consider Canage's intent? Yeah. He's trying to do what he feels is right. He's trying to protect people's feelings, and he's trying to help. He's trying to... He perceives anyone that shares my mindset on this to be intolerant, hurtful, hateful, etc. And he's trying to stamp that out. So he's fighting for a cause, you know, trying to do right. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, to the one person who said I am LGBTQ and I found it hurtful. So I'm being completely sincere when I say this. I do value completely the input of the LGBTQ community in this issue, and if what could even kind of be considered a sizable amount of members of that community find it to be unacceptable, I will happily stop using the words and phrases and do anything I can to rectify the situation and sincerely apologize as often as possible. Canage has gone full fascist and doesn't realize it. Okay. Do you feel our society's gotten soft where someone saying one thing they don't like triggers them this bad? Part of the reason why I'm okay with dedicating a few days of my stream to talking about this is because it's an issue I'm sincerely passionate about. It's really that simple. Like, if we're brazenly banning people without considering intent or context, then I think we're doing it wrong. I don't agree with that approach. You getting canceled? I guess so. I guess I'm getting canceled. Disappointing, unnecessary. Now, I will say, I agree that it was unnecessary. But the goal was to make people laugh. So if, like, I would be, if there's something I really would need to apologize for, it's if nowhere near enough people found it funny. The LGBTQ community has found it unacceptable. That's why that language isn't used. Again, I can only speak from my experience. All of the members of the LGBTQ community that have reached out to me personally have not objected to it. If you are a member of the LGBTQ community and you are sincerely unhappy with what has transpired, please PM me, because if the truth of the matter is that most of you are upset, hurt, bothered by this, I wish to stop it immediately. I am continuing under the impression that it is a small handful of outliers who are genuinely upset. But saying those things was supposed to reward people for donations. I just thought, like, I'll give everyone a laugh. That was it. It wasn't so much a reward. It was like, this made me laugh. Some people may take it out of context and be upset, but hopefully everyone else will have a laugh. So it was uncool to try and provide people with, again, like, I looked at that as like that was a comedy sketch. I don't necessarily want to drop the subject. I want to help people. Nobody that was here during the stream that was a member of the LGBT community found any of it offensive. We found it very funny. I wasn't hurt, did not find it funny, thought it was demeaning and was odd. If I failed to make it funny enough for most people to appreciate, that's the major failure. No problem, Insane Native. You're ignoring? I'm just getting a lot of messages. You're not going to change anyone's mind who is upset? If I change a single person's mind who's upset, I think we did some good. Read about when public figures abuse such language using slurs. Oh, it's not that simple. Josh, I'll return at some point. You are a person that is just for the views after your partnership? Yeah. Yeah, you got me. Yeah. Didn't you say it was all about the money? Before that, before saying you're all about the views, you tried to say I was all about the money, and yesterday I threw all the ad revenue from the stream away so I could play a copyrighted clip that would make people laugh. So, nope. Look at your messages. All right, here we go. Togathic wants his moment in the sun. Let's check it out. Here we go. Oh, message.text. No. Type it out. What the hell? Much ado about nothing? Yes, of course. What is this? If you have free spots in your alliance, I'd love to join. Noted. Thank you. Yeah, sad to see so many of your friends not try to at least... my friends are. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was more than 2,000 words, so send it in 2 messages. And also, why... I'm not gonna read your chapter book, dude. I personally think that if a sound is enough to hurt you, you've had everything pretty easy in your life. Maybe. How you liking Negasonic? She's amazing. I love Negasonic. She's one of my favorite characters, and we made her super strong. I'll show you guys some Negasonic gameplay in a bit. I'm just working on this here. Let's do something like this. Let's see how this works. If we do this, and then let's go with something gray. Okay, no, just you could be right. All right, Togathic, you're right. I'm all about the views. I'm all about the money. I'm a horrible person. You're absolutely right. Congratulations, you cracked the code. I've been a horrible person this entire time. You win. You saved the internet by exposing me. Good stuff. Everyone can go home now. Togathic has officially proven that I'm a horrible, evil person. The end. How can you gauge someone's life based on how words affect them? You said racism is a symptom of stupidity. Perhaps here you are not as well informed as you think. You think racism is not a symptom of stupidity? Yeah, everyone congratulate Togathic in the chat. Don't worry. Yep, you're 100% right, Togathic. You're dismissed. Everyone's gonna take turns getting attacked, I think. I think there's just a hate mob out. You admitted it and there's one less viewer? I know. I'm trying to get canceled. That's what we're doing here. I was wrong, Togathic wins, I'll be damned. I know. Dude had it figured out. I was evil all along. He's the only one who saw through it, but shout out to him. I said racism is stupid. It is. The people who are racist are ignorant, so similarly, I think you have a blind spot here. I'm all ears. What is it that you think I'm not aware of? Live pool's banned now too? Hey, this is what they think the server stands for? Let them do it their way. I have always been about letting people express themselves as long as they're not trying to be hurtful of other people. But can we make a new Discord server? I can just go back and reclaim the Discord server, right? I can clean it up. We don't even have to make a new one. At any point, I can just go on and ban whoever and reinstate whatever. It's fine. Yeah, there you go, Joshua. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Can you unban me? I will. Can you reclaim it already? It's not entertaining anymore. Give it one full day. How about that? Give it one full day. Please break your word. I mean, if everyone, it's too dirty to clean it up, nah. We have a lot of good people on there. How many people were hurt that didn't or won't speak out? Just don't use that language if you're not trying to be hurtful. Again, the idea that if the language is being used in any context, it's hurtful is untrue. There you go. As part of the LGBTQ community, I was on yesterday streaming. The euphemisms was really funny. It was a joke, and he had a disclaimer. Exactly. My favorite part is so many of the people who are upset aren't LGBTQ. I really, really, really do care what the LGBTQ community thinks on this matter because I wanted them in on the joke. I wanted everyone laughing. I did not want them feeling ostracized at all. And what I keep trying to explain is majority of the feedback I'm getting, not all, but majority of the feedback I've been getting is I'm LGBTQ and I thought it was funny. Thank you for not being a coward, basically. So that's really it. Are we still harping on this? Can we move on to MSF? I'm trying to do some graphic design. So what is this? All right. What up, Brooks? Hats off for you trying to have a conversation. You generally try to help people. Of course I do. If you're not with us, you're against us. Made it almost impossible to have this conversation. Yeah, I don't say that. I just got banned. I'm sorry to hear that. Did he actually say that? I'm a big Mark Twain fan, but did he say that? That's funny. Okay. No, I haven't, Gambler. Yes. Yes. Exactly that. Correct. Alright. Do you got a whale to reach the good rewards in Negasonic? I haven't looked yet. I haven't done the math on it. Okay, cool. All right. Let's get back to the game. You already explained yourself? I know. Yeah. That's funny. But anyway. So, I need to put in here this stuff. Okay. And then, where are we? This. It might be too much info to fit. I think it might be too much to fit. Let's see. Format. Okay, yeah. So the problem is that I need to make this wider because it takes up too much vertically. Looks like a rock show poster? Sure. I'm hungry, what should I eat? The source of all humor is not laughter but sorrow. So one of the most important things about making a joke using sensitive language is that it takes power away from those words. That's really the important part, is to take power away from those words, to disassociate them from their horrible, hateful history. Why do you say hanger is high priority? Because deflects make a big difference in a lot of matchups. I said sorry like 12 times. It's just for attention. Are you not talking about it? Like, why are you still talking about it? Because the whole chat is. But anyway, so how do we? I guess I can. Well, hold on. Maybe if we, so let's do this. We'll go that and that. Let's see how well we can make it fit. Like, that's pretty wide, that's pretty wide. Can this, Alright, so if I put that. Okay. That's a start. And then I can do this. You are not taking power from those words when you use those words in the same way as they are already being used. I was using them in a positive light. Negasonic is one of my favorite characters. I think she's a total badass, and I love her. So, I'm, like, that's not using them in the same context. I wasn't demeaning her. I think she's awesome. I rushed taking her to Gear Tier 14, because she's great. Like, I love her. So. So let me get this straight. Mara, are you stating that there are 0 instances or context whereby that language can be used? The only correct solution is that those words are completely off limits? Is that what I'm understanding? Is there's no context for it? If I don't get banned, does that mean I failed you? No, no, no. You guys don't have to, like, I don't want people going on the Discord and giving them a hard time. So there's no way for them to use them in a positive light. There's no way to utter them, right? That's what I'm understanding. There's no way to utter it. If those words come out of my mouth, it's an evil act. Period. End of story, no matter what I'm saying. So if I say fag is a horrible word, people shouldn't use it. Right away, that's... Oh, it's based on my identity. Okay, I understand this. So, because I'm a cis male. So, you're judging me based on my sexuality and my gender, and you are telling me that there's language I am not allowed to say because of my sexuality and my gender. No, thank you. That's not how that works. It was said in a positive way because I'm not disparaging her. It's literally that. I'm not disparaging her. It's in a positive light because if I were her, I would be happy to be referred to as any of those things. You'll notice that every slur was paired with an empowering, positive word. You know, we were calling her savage and monstrous and all these, like, words of power. I stated them in a positive light. I'm judging how you are using those words in a positive light. I meant them in a positive and empowering way. But yeah, so I reject that opinion. It is not the opinion of the majority of your group, and it is not, in my opinion, a rational position. I don't think it's really a matter of opinion. Derogatory words should be derogatory no matter who says them. What makes a word derogatory is the use case. So, a carpet eater is words of power. Yep. What did we pair with that one? But like that, I think that's a good thing. Yes. Now, I'm not arguing that traditionally people use them in a hateful way, but I made very clear to say people who use it in a hateful way are despicable people, and they shouldn't. Exactly that. I do live by rules of society. They're called laws. Do you stand with Carnage on his rampage? No, of course not. Someone just put out on your Discord server that context doesn't matter. I would ban for that. But anyway, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on the Discord server. Let them do it their way. I think just say you're sorry and move on. You're not going to change their minds. Okay, I'm sorry for the 13th time. Anyway, they are now banning people in your YouTube chat. Social constructs are rules of society too. Social constructs can be amended. The social constructs of today are not the social constructs of forever. There was a time when social constructs dictated that black people were worth 3/5 of a Caucasian person. Fuck social constructs. Sometimes they're dumb. That is untrue, Spooky, and I talked to Discord about that. Words are just words. It's all about context. People who don't understand the importance of context or intent make me sad. Over time, they get amended by society. Sometimes people are on the wrong side of history. Zeke, that would not be helpful. The last thing I want is people rushing to my server to be racist or sexist or anything like that. Please do not be inflammatory. Please do not try to incite a riot. Banning people for supporting you and allowing others to use other slurs at the same time, ridiculous. Go tell them, unless you get banned, if that's how they want to run the server. Am I being racist? No, of course not. You're beating the US to a civil war? It's funny. It is my server. Give them 24 hours, Insane Native. Give them 24 hours. If they don't learn in 24 hours. Are you making a new server? No. Yes, I did, Brada Bing. I feel you are banning people unjustly for expressing their opinions and not targeting people and being disrespectful or hateful. You banned a few people for expressing literally a non-harmful opinion. I said I would relinquish control of the Discord. I didn't say I would relinquish control of all platforms. Are you Captain America or is Canage? I'm just someone trying to do the right thing. Do you remember last year when people were accusing you of bowing to the LGBTQ agenda when you said the inclusion of America Chavez was a good thing? I do. And I'm so happy that I can go back. I didn't ban on time people out. Same difference. You are punishing people for having perfectly civil, non-targeted, non-discriminatory discourse. Do you stand with all the banning going on? Absolutely not. No, of course not. Was Bradaming supposed to be unmodded? Yes. But anyway, so yeah, I love being able to go back and be like, I made a video telling anyone who was uncomfortable with America Chavez being a product of the LGBTQ agenda to fucking deal with it. Because that's so like, people who are mad at America Chavez for being an LGBTQ character, that's the dumbest thing I can imagine. Who gives a shit what her sexual orientation is? To be opposed of her coming to the game because it makes other people feel more included is such a terrible thing. Deal with it. Like, be mad. Be butthurt. Artemis, I guess I'd be Cap in that particular instance. That's correct, Andre. Yeah, if they're willing, absolutely call me PSN. Yes, Livepool, yes I will. What's your plan to deal with all the banning? There's a ban list, I can see it. So in hindsight, was the joke worth it? If it furthered an important conversation, absolutely. So. Huh? I don't know. Can we join a voice chat? Yeah, call me. Yeah. I'm not sure, Insane Native, like, do we count this time? Right, no, I agree to stay off my, server until Ali says I can return. So. All the bans are justified. If you don't do them, you're supporting racial and homophobic people. No, I'm not. I do not support racism, and I do not support homophobia. Sure, Livepool, sure. are people being banned in Discord? Because I let Canage run the server. He wanted to improve the server. So that's what he's doing. Ooh, this is a good one. That's funny. Mods are super power hungry. If they want to burn the server to the ground, they can. They have to learn somehow. Alright, I'm in here. So let me finish responding to this.
What's up?
What up? Just responding to this person. What's the word I'm looking for condemned? Condemned.
Oh.
Canage is now banning for brigading the community. Let him ban for whatever he wants. If he thinks it's a better server with everyone banned. Sounds about right. Yeah, I have a pretty loud keyboard. People are getting banned for putting an emote on a message. Whatever. Look, this is a conscious decision. I'll simply say that. I'm aware of what's going on, and let it be. Oh, that's the best part. Give it 24 hours, V8.
Another one.
He's now banning people for disrupting the community. Jesus.
He's got it figured out. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, free speech is now banned in the casino Discord.
Sad day. Sad day.
I couldn't help but picture Randy Moss saying, "I'm sorry, well, it's America, I'm sorry."
I'm not gonna let people who didn't deserve to be banned stay banned. I'll say that. That's funny, L Magic. I don't know. Spooky, I know, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll just reclaim it. Correct. Free speech only protects you from government. It does not protect you from societal repercussions. When you bring that speech to a public platform? No, absolutely not. It is up to the person making the statements to decide what it is they're promoting. So I'll say this again. I do not promote hate speech. I do not promote the use of homophobic slurs to disparage. I do not approve of any notions of homophobia. So, I decide what I'm promoting. And that is not what I'm promoting. Saying that because that language was used, that is what it's promoting is untrue. At the end of the day, the final arbiter on what I am promoting is me. Anyway. What's this here? I don't have time to read that. Too much drama. If you don't disagree with their way of thinking, they're gonna ban. Seems to be what they're doing. What? Okay. Correct. You should explain to us why I use the N-word. I used it in a statement condemning the use of it. Exactly that. It's a horrible word. Emotes are now turned off. Oh, wow. When you approve using racial and homophobic slurs as jokes, then you are doing the opposite of what you're saying. Untrue. Untrue. Many a non-African American comedian has used the N-word explicitly for the purpose of making an African American audience laugh. And their goal is to spread joy, and the audience receiving it has a laugh, and that's the whole transaction. So,
Kenny, you don't need the okay to use a word.
no. But yeah. Was that your goal? My goal was to deliver a laugh, of course. I said beforehand, my goal is to deliver a laugh. Someone is reverbing real bad. So I'll read this out because I think it's being misconstrued. And I want to read this out. But you aren't a comedian, you're a glorified part-time mobile game streamer for 500 people. I have the same goals as a comedian, which is to spread joy and laughter. So, if I have to work harder to earn the social respect to fight to spread joy and laughter, then I will. But, anyway, so I want to read this. Someone wrote, "Stop being an arrogant fool," which right off the bat is kind of contentious. I'm inviting this feedback. I want to have an open discussion, and I want everyone to feel comfortable and included. Then they said, "Plenty of people are offended and being vocal." I can see how many PMs I'm getting. You just want to pretend it doesn't matter so you can be right. I certainly do not want to pretend it doesn't matter. You say you want people to tell you if they're offended, then say their opinion doesn't matter after calling people out by name for your chat to brigade real mature. I'm not calling for anyone to brigade anything. I am actively encouraging people not to do that. I'll read this just because it was kind of funny. Also, according to your own words, I'll just call you a fucking pathetic moron who ignores their girlfriend all day to gamble. It's not entirely inaccurate. But it's in a positive light. At least it wasn't words used when people were killed, like your slurs. I imagine that people have said fucking pathetic moron before killing people, but that's neither here nor there. This person said, "I was offended, like you even care." So I do want to clarify, I do care. If someone was offended, I'm sorry that they were offended. I did not want anyone to be offended. The goal was not to offend. I don't know how many times I can repeat this, but the goal was to make people laugh. But so they followed up with this comment, which was, "Please act like it on stream. It will make a world of difference." So that's where I'm at a loss. Is like I'm just saying it over and over. Like the idea of like you don't even care that people are bothered. Why do you think we're still on this topic? If I didn't care that people were bothered, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd say fucking deal with it, and I would be doing anything else right now. So yeah, that's preposterous. You keep saying you're sorry people are offended, not that you're sorry for offending them. So I am sorry that people are offended, but I did not set out to offend anyone. I can only be sorry for the reaction they had to it, but the idea that it can't be done, like, it can only ever offend people, I don't agree with that. I've seen many people throw around every possible harmful word in the English language, and it is possible to use some of them in various contexts not to offend. Nobody that matters was offended.
That's
VNM, I'm just giving it another day. I'm just giving it another day. What is all this noise?
It's Captain Stark.
It's a comment on
Yeah,
my
that was me. My bad. What noise? I didn't hear any noise.
Yeah. But anyway.
You still hearing?
Not anymore. You're saying it over and over again with no emotion or any point? Well, okay. You haven't used one real apology? Yes, of course I would. Here's the thing. I'm more comfortable having these conversations in person, where people can see. So, I've seen fake YouTuber apologies. Look, if you don't believe me, I can't help you. I can only say what I mean. All right? If you don't believe me, you don't believe me. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking exactly what I feel and exactly what I think, which is what I do. So, if you don't believe me, like, you don't care. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Okay. You're not apologizing. Yes, I am. But you don't mean it. Okay. Like, what do you want? You're also a liar? Okay, then why are you here? If you think all I do is lie, like, what's the conversation we had? If I go, I am sorry. Nope, you're lying. Okay, I'm not sorry. I knew it! Wait, so there I was telling the truth? Like, what? What? Think about this. This is the most circular logic.
Everyone knows that if you want to apologize, you have to shave your head.
That wouldn't be a good look for Khasino.
I don't know what he said. I was reading something. But, you wouldn't be apologizing if it was nothing? I'm still sorry that people were upset by it. Like, the goal is not to make anyone upset. Anyone who tuned into a Khasino stream and walked away upset, I'm sorry that happened, because that's not the point of a Khasino stream. The point of a Khasino stream is to spread joy and laughter. That's it. So,
I wouldn't say anyone. There are some trolls that would walk away upset. I'm sure you wouldn't mind about that.
I mean, I'd still prefer that they not walk away upset. If someone's going to walk away upset, I'd prefer it to be them. But so okay. Thank you very much. Another message of support from the LGBTQ community. What is this? I don't know what that is.
By the way, on the Unity milestones, it's impossible at the moment to tell how beta win it is, because they said they'll be giving Unity orb frags for the next 2 blitzes, but we don't know how much and how often, so it's impossible to answer that question yet.
Holy crap. I can't read all that.
I think it's assumed that it's going to be like it was before, where it's random after every win. You could earn up to 2,000 in one given win.
Looking at the numbers we have, it seems likely that only people that pay cores for extra orbs will get the later milestones, but it's you can't say definitely until we see the numbers of frags you get for blitzing in the next 2 blitzes.
I especially don't like racist a-holes.
Wouldn't it be better value to buy the 20 quid offer for the orbs instead of paying cores?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Brada Bing, that's
I've look at the offers.
That's not inaccurate, but it's very misleading. So, simply saying, like, Khasino thinks it's okay to use racial slurs like the hard N-word and bigoted words like the hard F. If you leave out the context of the rest of that statement, which is in very specific contexts, like, it's true, but just saying it like, yeah, no, I think it's fine to use those words, like, that's not accurate. My blanket view on the matter is not, yeah, go for it, use those words. Like, that's not my stance at all. My stance is, it is possible to use those words in a non-hateful way that doesn't produce a net result of pain. That's it. I believe it is possible to use those words and not cause a lot of pain. Where's the voice chat you were talking in? Live pool server. Do you think it's okay for non-black people to use the N-word in a non-provocative way? Again, very situational. I would need to hear the context. All I'm simply saying is that the context make fun of characters. No, absolutely not. I'm not making fun of her at all. So first off, there's a phrase, we only roast the ones we love. So the first thing I'll say is if I'm actually making jokes at your expense, it's because you're one of my friends. Like, if I just met a stranger, I'm not gonna be like, nice haircut. Like, I don't know that person and they're gonna be bothered. I would, you know, I make fun of Livepool all the time because he's my friend and I like Livepool.
And he's a ginger.
And he's a filthy ginger.
You're so
But so anyway, I like Negasonic, right? I'm not making fun of her. I'm not insulting her. I'm not I don't understand what you're asking. But you should be able to? No, you shouldn't make fun of people. Just don't do that. The N-word shouldn't be used at all regardless of the context. Well, then you have a lot of black people you need to explain that to. You have a lot of comedians you need to explain that to. You have a lot of historians you need to explain that to. You don't need context. It's like you're saying it in a hypothetical sentence with a there I said it. No, but that's not true. That's not how I feel.
The thing is, context means everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the most important thing. So, yep, context means everything. And the context for that...
I think in the future we should keep our messages to ourselves, between you and I. Yeah, you got a lot of sensitive people.
What did I mean by sorry, master? Basically, someone was saying, do what I tell you. Say this, not that. So I said, oh, okay, sorry, master. I'll obey what you say. No problem, Killer Liam. Check back tomorrow. Our country is on fire from racism. I am on the side of the people who aren't racist. I despise racism. If you're racist, you're an idiot. Just play the George Carlin Their Only Words video. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. It'll get the stream taken down, but it might be necessary. Don't worry, I'll correct it. Yep. White people can't tell us how to use a word. I don't try to tell anyone how to use a word. I just ask that when people speak to one another, they do it in a respectful manner and they don't try to hurt each other's feelings. Be a good and loving person. But anyway. Someone posted, but it was deleted. Because, you know, it's not George Carlin and it's not the 70s. well, I do echo a lot of the sentiments that George Carlin did. It sounds crazy, Richie Gray, but it will. A lot of people don't live in a socially diverse place like the Bay Area. Oh, yeah. So here's the craziest part about all of this. That's up to you to decide, Duhome. What's crazy about all of this is most of the people who are upset, like, I think it's a very safe assumption that I have more LGBTQ friends than most of the people making a fuss about it in the first place. I have a lot of LGBTQ friends. I talk to them pretty regularly, and yeah, and I would never want to say or do anything to disparage them. Yes, Nietzsche, yes there is.
Southern California.
I live in Northern California. I live in the Bay Area. I live in an incredibly diverse part of town. I live in if you were an actual racist, where I live would be a living nightmare. Like every single like literally, like if you like, just in my neighborhood, if you go like door to door, like everyone's from a different country. When I was driving for Uber here, one of the things that I absolutely loved about it was I got to meet so many people from so many different cultures. I learned so much about all these different countries and stuff from just talking to people from countries that I'd, never visit.
So you were the Uber driver that never shut up?
Yes, I 100% was. And somehow I had good ratings. Having LGBTQ doesn't make you not homophobic. All right, let's start from the top. Let's see if any of these things render it. Yeah. So for starters, literally just my voting record. Anytime I've had the opportunity to vote on something that furthers LGBTQ rights, I always do immediately. But I could still be homophobic. There's a video of me online making out with a dude going around. But I could still be homophobic. When America Chavez released and a bunch of people were making a big stink about her being included to appease the SJWs, I told every one of those people to eat shit and deal with it, because so what if Marvel wants to be inclusive to more people? That's a good cause. But I could still be homophobic. I have a bunch of LGBTQ friends, but I could still be homophobic. Like, at what point do you just want to believe that about me? Do you have any black friends that use the N-word with? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think most people think you're a bad person. You said something stupid instead of apologizing. Actually, I've apologized like 13 times. I'll do it a 14th time. I'm really sorry to anyone who was offended. We can keep pretending that I haven't apologized, but I totally have. My server is blowing up. That's how they wanted it. I wish I could see the Blitz predictions in Orange Essentials. You apologize for how it made people feel. That's what I'm not in control of. I am in control of how I intend it, and I intend it with the best of intentions. I'll make you, here is the example. And I can only say this, and this is a real extreme example, but if this doesn't illustrate it, I don't know what to tell you. It's like I have my own term of endearment, and it's biscuit. If I call you a biscuit, it means you're one of my favorite people of all time. Okay? That's how I use the word biscuit.
You've never called me a biscuit.
Livepool, you fucking biscuit. Now, Livepool can say, I'm horribly offended. He called me a biscuit. What a piece of shit. He's a horrible person. He never should have said it. Blah, 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 blah. But that's out of my hands. What's in my hands are, this is what I mean, and I'm saying it, and I hope that I communicate it correctly and accurately, and I say it in the way that it's intended to be said. I hope people interpret it properly, etc., etc., etc. Biscuit doesn't come with centuries of history of racism and bigotry. But even the words that do, they're just words. A perfect example, and we've talked about this before. Livepool, what is the name for a cigarette in the UK?
That would be a fag, sir.
How many people think Livepool is a horrible human being who should know better? Raise your hand. If you're raising your hand, you're wrong. Let's say you're just wrong. That's it. If you're raising your hand right now, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't like hearing that, but it is true. Words aren't evil.
Because smoking is bad for your health.
That's fair. I'll allow that.
I'm a little offended that you have a gender who's a biscuit.
Terrible example. That's horrible example. We call Siggy... Oh, it's in Australia too? Well, all Australians are homophobic pieces of shit. Alright, that might be too close to home. Just kidding, Australians. He's not using that word to refer to a person. I used the words referring to a fictitious entity represented by pixels that I think is a total badass who I idolize. This is so insane. I feel like you just offended all of us hand raisers. Sorry. Another terrible argument. It's always a terrible argument if you don't agree. Have you noticed that? Context and intent matters. Like that, at the end of the day, that's why I wanted to have this conversation. If you think that context and intent say you fucked up in the greatest way possible and move on, how? What are you talking about? This is not what it looks like when you fuck up in the greatest way possible. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. I think fucking up in the greatest way possible would be like if I pulled my dog in the room and like kicked it, or if I like called my girlfriend and like punched her in the face. That would be fucking up in the greatest way possible. But trying to... No! Stop saying belittle! I decide that, not you! I decide if I was trying to belittle her. And guess what? I wasn't. It's that. It's literally that. Like, you can't... Do you see how disingenuous it is? Like, I can't stress this enough. If you... Have you ever had a racist or homophobic thought? Probably. I thought you had a girlfriend. Why are you making out with someone else? For a stream stunt. But anyway. When you share it with everyone on stream, we get to decide. No, you don't. You can decide how you react to it. You don't get to decide my intent. You do not get to decide that that was belittling, because it wasn't. I'm the one who said it. It came out of my mouth. You can say it appeared to be belittling, but I said it. And I didn't say it to belittle her. The whole thing started when we were trying to build her up. We were trying to build her up with edgy language, but we were trying to... Right, you don't get to decide what I meant. So... Don't worry about it. Yeah. Bada bing, that's silly. I never should have offered it as an incentive for donations, but the idea was like, oh, this could have some backlash attached to it, and so I think it'll make majority of people laugh, but because there could be backlash attached to it, let me be like, all right, I'll only do this if, but I shouldn't have done that. But getting a bit repetitive, of course. I have a feeling that YouTube may have a different view on this matter. Will be happy to discuss it with YouTube. I didn't do it for money. Trust me, I didn't do it for money. Also was that. Yeah. No worries.
People are calling me a homophobic racist on your server.
Well, that's what you get for being a homophobic racist. There will be some MSF.
It could be me because they think we're the same person.
That's the most important thing, Alex. Cass is not the enemy of the LGBTQ community. Absolutely not. I want to help them as much as possible. This is just a distraction in the real fight. Yeah. Intent is different from reception. Right. People not receiving you as intended. And so I do take responsibility for if it came off a way that I didn't mean it. Right? Like if I jokingly, without any context, I was like, live pool, you fucking biscuit. And then he was like sincerely upset. And I was like, I did a bad job of explaining what I mean here. Then like, I'm sorry. If I miss, the server will be restored. I'll fix the server. But anyway, if I say like, that is the extent of my responsibility, is did I clearly communicate what I was trying to say? So in this, like, people are just actively ignoring things I said, but they're not, if they're processing what was said, like, the reason why so many members of the LGBTQ community are weighing in and saying, dude, it was funny, it's that simple, is unintentionally more hurtful. So that is something that I am trying to be mindful of. I don't want to be unintentionally hurtful. So I'm perfectly willing to accept that school explanation, just don't use them. I don't believe in a blanket ban on words. Right? Don't use them. Fag is a horrible word, and you shouldn't use it to demean people. I will say that until I'm blue in the face. Sorry, I'm using the slur. If you call someone a fag, you're a terrible person. I use the slur again. Please, please, please never ever refer to a member of the LGBTQ community as a fag unless you have their express permission. I used it again. Context, context, context. Literary criticism? Yeah. Uh-huh. Do that with the N-word? I will tomorrow. I'm not even joking. I will tomorrow. The there I said it is to hammer home the point that context matters. Wait till Ellen gets a hold of this. I fucking love it, Ellen. I would love it if this made it to the point where Ellen like called me on the show to talk about it. I'm actually a huge Ellen DeGeneres fan. She's hilarious. Use it to demean the sexuality? Nope, not demean. I fully support and I fully endorse it. I think it's awesome. It's not demeaning. Like this is actually how it goes. If you walked up to me in real life and you're like, hey, just so you know, I'm a lesbian, I wouldn't be like, oh, okay. I'd be like, that's awesome. That's my, like, that's it. So when I call America Chavez a lesbian, or when I call Negasonic Teenage Warhead a lesbian, which I don't go around like, look at this frickin' lesbian. I don't, it's not like that. But when I say it, there's no negative connotation. It's not demeaning. It's not belittling. Don't do that shit tomorrow. It's not necessary. You made your point. Okay. Is that why you hate Squirrel Girl? I hate Squirrel Girl for squirrel reasons. I am 100% prejudiced against squirrels and squirrel culture.
She also has sex with squirrels.
I don't know.
I think she should.
But this is the longest, deepest hole anyone has dug in defense of themselves. Okay. Whatever you say.
Should not have sex with squirrels as a person.
You do it in private messages, then shared them? What are we talking about? We weren't being demeaning. The idea that in private I'm being demeaning and then I share them? Like, think about that. Cut the stream and get some good advice from my friends. There's like almost 500 people here, man. They won't be happy until you say they're right even when they're wrong. You apologize more than Drew Brees. If I actually got canceled over for squirrel discrimination. I hate squirrels because they chewed through my internet. Yo, fuck squirrels. Fuck squirrels. I wonder. Okay, so I think I can do this.
If they add Squirrel Girl, it will be hilarious, because I didn't even know how if she was real for a bit. That's how irrelevant she is.
It's sad when you have your own viewers trying to convince you not to use the N-word. Okay. You know, because I just can't help myself. I just throw around the N-word. Can't help it. I just... Boy, do I love being racist.
Confirmed. Clip that.
Yep. Either all words are okay or none of them are. Yeah. Again, it's in context. Like, if you aren't LGBTQ, it's not your decision to decide what context of slurs is offensive. So you need to shut the fuck up. I get to decide whether I intend something as offensive or not. You don't get to tell me what I meant. You can tell me how you took it, but you don't get to tell me how I meant. And yeah, most importantly, I'm not homophobic or racist. Quite the contrary. So it's that simple, really. Let's do this. Oh, thank you. When did you get this?
Well, just now. I ordered it.
Hey, real quick, babe. Come here. Am I racist or sexist, you think?
That,
How about homophobic?
Called a homophobic racist.
How do you know?
It was
Yeah, but how do you know?
If you're offended by sounds, it was that chat that you said.
There's some people in chat who theorize that I'm racist or sexist or homophobic.
No, I know.
So,
like,
huh?
It's clearly a joke sometimes.
Just because I defend free speech doesn't mean I'm a homophobic
Apparently it's not
racist.
always that clear.
Right.
I'm still upset that Canage didn't ban me after I called him out with a donation. So upset that.
Anywho, enjoy food. Okay.
I am not denying the words have meaning.
Alright, they want to be in here.
I am clarifying my intent.
Actions are way more hurtful than words.
Biggest shit show I've ever seen? Just completely insensitive? Then why am I having this conversation? If I'm coming across like I don't care, then why are we having a conversation about it? If I didn't care, I'd say shut up, leave me alone, I don't care. Have you ever read an empirical study? But you're not listening? So the only way I'm listening is if I yield to your point of view. I'm listening. Intent matters. Like, I can only say this so many times. If you donate to an LGBTQ cause, will that calm the people? I don't know. Saying a word is an action. Just don't do that. That's the better action. So, words are just noises. People give them meaning. And people can detract from their meaning, people can weaken them, people can strengthen them, people can throw them around as a kind gesture, people can throw them around as a hurtful gesture. I think if you don't care about intent or context, you are doing your fellow humans a disservice. I will always give people the benefit of considering their context and intent. And it is completely fine to have that position are hurting, Corgi. I completely understand that point of view. In which app did you make your logo? Photoshop. What about a word that was created and used for 400 years of oppression like the N-word? So, I disagree, and I will explain it, because this is what I do want to clarify. People saying your argument doesn't make sense. So, basically, no one is arguing. We'll use the N-word as the example here. No one is denying that that word carries a ton of horrible history, was created for a shitty purpose, and is used for shitty things. No one is denying that. It's used for really horrible things. However, context matters because, like we just said, like an African American person will say that to their friend, and that is context. That's what it is. Going, no, well, it's okay because that's context. That's it. That's the whole thing. If some people can say it in some instances, it's okay. If an LGBTQ person can call another LGBTQ person a fag jokingly and they're both okay with it, that's context. That's what context is. That's what intent is. Like, well, obviously he's not being a homophobe. Exactly. That's it. Shows up a lot in To Kill a Mockingbird. I am not saying it's okay to say it because other people say it. I am saying context matters. And it matters how and why you say it. It's not as simple. I'm not giving... I don't give people permission to say things. I'm saying the reason that I say them is because I'm very confident that I'm not racist, sexist, homophobic, etc. You aren't gay, you have nothing to reclaim. Correct, but so here's the thing. To actively police someone's speech, to actively censor someone, right? You're saying you do not have permission to make those sounds. So for you to go to another human being and say, I have decided that you are not allowed to make these sounds, then there has to be a, and here is why. And if the person using the word is literally sending the message of, this is a horrible, hurtful word that people shouldn't say, that's the wrong why.
So I think some people are trying to say that...
Context? Okay, so hold on. So I want to see this, because someone said, I'm not okay with it. Regardless who says the N-word, context is irrelevant. So, Jaisha, have you ever said it? Yeah, I think so, Abe. I think so.
I do actually know quite a few black people who don't like even other black people using the word.
Right, no, yeah, there are. I've talked to several of them as well who do feel that way, which is interesting. No. Okay. Tell me why you've said the N-word repeatedly instead of saying it. You know it's not okay. No, I know that people will... I know that people will try to conflate it. So... Look, if I said the word right now, it would not change how I feel about people. It wouldn't make me racist, wouldn't make me not racist. I'm just, I'm not trying to throw more gas on an already dumb fire. I'll do that another day.
And also, it wouldn't be in the context that you think it would be right to say it.
Yeah, more importantly.
Bottom line is they're just trying to bait you.
Of course, but that's besides the point. It's even worse when people think it's okay to set it. Look, at the end of the day, I respect that you think it's inappropriate that I say it. Fortunately, most of the people that I know don't feel that way, but if it were ever the case that the majority did, I would rectify the situation. No, not homophobic friends. LGBTQ friends. I made a homophobic joke, and all my LGBTQ friends think the joke is okay. And again, I'm perfectly willing to...
I don't think the joke was homophobic.
It wasn't. I was saying how much I like that about her, but that's besides the point.
I'm offended as a cisgendered...
Yeah. You and your MAGA friends can sleep tight. I have friends from all walks of life. I have friends on both sides of the political spectrum. I have friends from other countries. I have young friends. I have old friends. I'll voice chat with you. Join Live Pools server. But anyway, the idea, stop this context. Who's judging people by saying what?
But I think a lot of people are saying that maybe context does matter, but the context that you used it in was still not okay.
Which one? I'm willing to entertain that. the context of trying
to making a joke that no one particularly asked for and was fairly pointless.
Yeah, I'll grant that.
The thing is, he was making a joke about a bunch of pixels on a phone screen or computer screen.
Right, but
like, it's not like he's talking to an actual person who's sat in front of him. That would be completely different, but it's all about the context again.
So again, if you're insinuating I'm racist, and the full extent of your evidence that I'm racist is that I condemn the use of the N-word, like, okay, guess I'm racist then, because I tell people not to say the N-word. All right. Anyway. I am doing what I feel is morally correct. I'm fine with that. It's about the thought of how you judge people. I don't judge people. Don't be racist, don't be homophobic. I concur. You're playing it down like it meant nothing. And you're playing it up like it meant offense. It didn't. It didn't mean any offense. It didn't mean any disparaging. It didn't mean any harm. It didn't mean any damage. That's it. For what reason are you going to say the N-word tomorrow? To demonstrate that context matters? I didn't say I'm going to drop it all over. I said I'm more than happy to use it tomorrow to show you that context matters. I have no idea, James. I have no idea. Influencers can influence when they put their minds to it. Well, I hope I'm making the world a better place. That is the idea. I want to remove the tarnish of bigotry and sexism and homophobia. Kioma, like I said, I'm just giving it time to breathe. I'm not judging their level of offense taken. If people are supremely offended, I'm sincerely sorry. People keep telling me, like, no, you're not, but I am. It's that simple. Say you're sorry, show some good MSF stuff, and move on. You're not winning this one. There's not a victory or a defeat to be had. I don't know why you're even looking at it that way. Please use your influence wisely, because kids look up to you. I do my best. There's a reason why you so consistently use the F word in its full, but you have yet to use the N word in its full. How many messages in your PMs do you have? How many will it take to say they were hurt by it to make you stop using it? No amount. We'd like a number to hold you accountable. I know, Kiom, I know. I will not apologize for speaking out against the use of those words. I will continue to speak out against the use of those words in the traditional offensive context. Don't call someone a fag unless they've made it very clear they're okay with it. Don't do that. Okay. How you merge the MSF logo into the trophy? Photoshop. Today wasn't a good day. Okay. Can we please watch you play MSF? Apparently I have some work to do on the server front. So
they're inviting you back to the server?
No.
Oh. How can you do work on a server that you're banned for?
Say what?
How can you do work on a server that you're not using?
I'll just like I still have control over the server, but they're actively destroying the community. So at the end of the day, my allegiance is to the community, not those individuals. I let them manage the server because they said that that would be the right thing to do for the health of the server and the community. And I have now seen that their actions are a detriment to the server. So
you're not giving it a day anymore?
I don't think I can. I think too much harm is being done too quickly.
Good for
They
you.
banned live.
They banned me for a comment I made on YouTube. I didn't even say anything. But...
Still upset I didn't get banned.
Step outside of yourself and your logic for once. Logic is logic. It doesn't care whose head it's in.
Yes.
Logic. The logic is the same whether it was invented 1,000 years ago or today. If something is logically consistent, it's true across cultures, across races, etc.
What was the final straw that made you think that you can't wait today?
Just a piling up of PMs of people that are saying they're being hurt. So, all right. Well, I have to get to work. You focused on one word instead of what I said. Wow. No, I heard you, but like that's a straw man argument. I haven't said shit about the Confederate flag. I don't give a crap if I never see another Confederate flag again in my life. I don't think that all Confederate flags need to be removed because, like, if you open a history book, I don't want them to try to pretend like it never happened. But, you know, Puppy is crying because he's trapped in this room. I'll let him out. But,
Poor puppy.
you should keep going and fix the server live. There'll be some outrage if I do that. I'll probably do it off stream, I'm thinking. Was there any thought last night this would happen? What is this? Like, a conversation happened, and it's a conversation that I wanted to have. That's really it. It's a conversation I wanted to have.
Did you think that your friends would destroy your server?
Yes. Yes, but now they can't question me, basically. When they say, alright, fine. Fine. And there's another ban. Fine.
And another one.
Yep. Fine. All right. So be it.
Can you open this for me?
Yes.
It's like broken.
It is kind of broken. You have a rubber band?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I need a rubber band. Because, yeah, it doesn't want to budge. No problem, Weapon X.
Weak.
Unhelpful.
How's he still banning people?
Cause someone reinstated his mod.
Oh, finally I got banned. Alright, well, good luck, buddy. You guys have a good night. Love you.
Here we go again.
So you're removing Kanej as a mod then?
I got it. I got it. Okay. No worries. Yeah.
Okay. Here.
I guess Spooky is a bot now.
Thank you.
Sky,
I
come here.
I will be reinstating.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Got you. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. So, we got that. Now I have to... What in the... Chill out, Sky. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Alright. Hold on. 1 sec. Come on. Both of you. Out. Come on. Let's go. Go. Come on. Let's go. Go. Yep, and go. Go. Thank you. Bye-bye. Alright. So. So. Let's do this.
Do you want me to screen share doing some blitz matches or something so they have something to watch?
Well, they wanted me to do this on stream, so I'm doing it on stream.
Ooh, bold.
So, yeah, let me see. I need to go in here. Okay. A lot of these bans don't make a lot of sense. That one, if I'm seeing a sincere reason, I'm leaving them banned. If you came in and you were a shitty person and you were you know, using shitty language and trying to be instigatory, I'm actually leaving you banned. Because I don't want people to think that that's the point.
Have I been unbanned?
Not yet. It's a long list.
Fair enough.
You should definitely leave him banned.
I don't know.
Or just change his name to Biscuit.
I don't know who's who, but
I will accept having
so many of these ban reasons are just like go away, shut up, all this stuff. I don't.
My ban reason was see you, bro.
Right. Like I don't know who. Okay, you're out. Like they're too vague to even. I can't even.
Is there an easy way to look at what they said in the server?
Yes, but I would have to go back and look at the transcript for each person.
So not an easy way then.
You're gonna have a hard time with that. There was some nightmare that went on in the general chat on your Discord. Shit.
See, that one's like no, not safe for work content. That's fine. Violation of Rule 1. That's fine. That person can stay banned.
He put out a general announcement that anybody that wanted to use any type of language would get banned.
Yeah.
If you want, I can look back through the chat for people that should actually stay banned.
I think everybody that they'll get banned if they say certain shit is just asking for people to come and say certain shit.
Yeah. No. A lot of these are... What? Insane Native, how'd you get banned?
Is that even a question?
What the fuck? Insane Native, what did you do?
Judging by how the bans happen, probably just speaking.
I don't know. I'm sad that it had to come to this.
He said that anyone PM'd him would get blocked.
I know. You're back, live pool.
Cool. Do you want me to do it? Help in any way?
Not yet.
Okay.
I already did Big PP, I already did. Some of them are funny. That person should stay banned. Okay, not that one, not that one. What? What? Okay. Nothing constructive coming, all negative, bringing down. Yeah. No worries. I know. I'm correcting it, don't worry. I'm correcting it. Red leg, you're back.
Should have left him banned too.
Now, I cannot stress this enough. I'm not joking. Seriously, just see if I'm kidding. Do not think this means you get to just go on the server and spout things that are even remotely racist, sexist, homophobic, etc. The server is for talking about Marvel Strike Force, having fun, being open and accepting of people from all walks of life. Don't be a shitty person or you'll end up banned again. That's really it. Don't be a shitty person.
Cheers.
Okay. What the heck? That person can stay banned. Okay. Okay, that person can stay banned. Well. Okay, I think I've got everyone. If you were not unbanned and you think that you should have been, let me know.
Can I have all my roles back?
What roles did you have? Say something in MSF chat.
I will do both in one.
Hey, Khasino, do you think you actually successfully purged some of the, people that shouldn't have been there to begin with?
So people can't use homophobic racial slurs on your server even if they are just joking? Depends on the context. If they make it clear, if they go through all the necessary stuff, the blanket statement is just don't use it. But if someone wrote fag is a terrible word and shouldn't be said to other people, I am not going to ban a person for saying that.
There's going to be a lot of people saying that right now.
Please don't go and say that just to show off that you can say that.
Guess that answered my question.
Where is W team and alliance leader? I get a lot less Marvel Strike Force content done when I have to worry about all this. Content creator and a regular. Yeah. Regular. And you should ban yourself then for what you said live? Okay, I'll get right on that. F ** or the hard F word? Why do you have to control my speech, man? I don't get it. I really don't.
What's the role that means you can post in content promo?
Affiliate.
Oh, I need that one too, sorry.
Is there a separate one for content creator?
I thought it was called a content creator, but
I can't even fucking
guess
read
it's-
that one. There's affiliate. Okay, I think you have everything back.
Yep, looks good. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. This comment right here. Oh man, now all the casino fangirls come out to play when Canage isn't here to ban them. Imagine that. People who are fans of casino content just running free on the casino Discord. We almost put a stop to it, but damn it, those bastards persevered. Holy shit. You're a racist homophobe? Definitely not. Yes, they do. Who's gonna edit your videos now? That was always Vet. I think there's gonna be 2. Alright, simple. Thank you for making this easy. Okay.
That's funny. The gif of someone shooting themselves with a catapult and saying, "You trying to explain your way out of it?"
Yeah, that's funny.
We're in.
Is Discord safe again? Sure.
It saved all my notification settings, so I was expecting to have to see them all again. Is it just me or is your stream call?
I don't know. There was a slight bitrate issue, but it's fine.
Oh, looks like it's refreshed. You've got low resolution there. Well, that might just be on my end too.
Seems similar to what happened yesterday.
Okay. No. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. The bitrate is not good right now. That's why there's some pixelation going on. But anyway, DDoS is a denial of service attack.
The red leg says you're a pansy.
Okay.